But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop. Hello and welcome to The Candy Shop. I am Candace and this is Mimosa Monday. So I hope you guys have your mimosa and you're ready to get into this Real Housewives of Potomac because it was crazy. This is one of the best episodes of the season. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm going to in part do a somewhat of a full review. I took a little bit of notes, but please, I don't know if I'll be it won't be like scene by scene. Hey, the Queen of Cheesecake, thank you for joining me. I'll be dropping the link too if you guys want to join later after I do my commentary. But this episode was the bomb. Like I really liked it. So let's get into it. So starting off, we start with the breakfast, and Wendy has changed her outfit from what she originally had on. Gizelle and them are all at the house. Wendy and them got to pull up, whatever. And so they pull up. We see Wendy has changed into her bikini, and she's letting it all hang out. And so I'm glad that she changed her outfit because if I've done this work to my body, if I've done whatever, yes, I'm going to flaunt it. And I'm not going to allow anybody to make me feel bad about what I look like. And if she needs this surgery to feel better about herself, then more power to her. And I'll get into that a little later, my opinion on that. So everybody's at the table. They're eating their little pancakes. Gizelle wants hers crispy, whatever. So Jizzy and Robin get up from the table and go off on their own. And that's always interesting to me. When you go on a girls trip and then chicks don't want to hang with everybody, that's always funny to me. I think it's funny acting. But they go off on their own. Escada is like, maybe they're going to talk about their aerobics because everybody else is wondering why they went off. So Escala, I'll be calling her Escada. Escala is talking about maybe they wanted to go off and talk about the aerobics. Girl, have you watched this show? These ladies are messy. And so I only expect the mess. So Gizelle and Robin have a so-called heart-to-heart where Gizelle is trying to give Robin advice on, for one, keeping her man, and two, basically getting out of the depression. She wanted to give Robin tough love. This conversation was interesting to me. First of all, I don't understand why Gizelle is so obsessed with everybody else keeping a man and everybody else's relationship, but fails to talk about her own relationship. She never wants to talk about her, but she's always in everybody else's situation. And that is just, I don't like it. And if I was on this trip, this is why these shows aren't for me. Because if I was on this trip, I would have told Gizelle off day one. Like, no, you're not going to not talk about your relationship. You just drilled us for the past hour about ours. So anyways, Gizelle and Robin talk. She's saying she needs to get up and do this for her fine man at home and all this other stuff. To me, with a relationship, you never know what's going on. Regardless of what Robin does, if Juan Dixon really loved Robin, he would be there for her through this time that she's going through. But clearly, this man is not trying to be with Robin. So, yes, Gizelle she definitely has no business with giving relationship advice. Hey, Aviel. Yeah, she definitely has no business with giving relationship advice at all. And every time, if she came to me with this bull, every time I'd be like, and where's Jamal? Is Jamal coming? Where's Jamal? That would be my favorite line. And she'd get tired of me saying that. She would only have to come to me one time and it's gonna be, where's Jamal? That would be my line for her. But they talk. Robin, apparently she says QVC, TJ Maxx, and Macy's have been asking for her hats. Now, y'all tell me, do y'all really think QVC, TJ Maxx, and Macy's are asking for the hats? Now, the hats are supposed to be good. They're supposed to have a satin lining for people of color. And yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a drink to that. I'm gonna drink my mimosa to that. I do not think these people are coming for her. I mean, coming and wanting her hats, but maybe I could be wrong. Maybe she has this excellent marketing team for these hats, and that's what's getting her noticed, but I just don't believe it. She did mention that she is triggered by the previous situation. So we all know, if we've been following this show, Robin and her husband lost all of their money with a friend that took it, more like 99 cent store exactly. But Robin and Juan lost all this money because they invested in this friend who allegedly was sleeping with Robin. I don't know how true is that. I heard this on another show. Don't tell me, tell the people. I heard it on her show. And make sure you watch her as well. She's doing Mimosa Monday. I might pop up after mine because I don't plan to be on that long. But on that show, we talked about how allegedly Robin was sleeping with this business partner that they all knew. Where are the hats, Robin? Exactly. Where are these hats? I'm wondering where the damn hats are. But she's triggered by her situation and losing that money. She says she has PST. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. PTSD, post-traumatic syndrome. Yes, she's saying she has that because of the situation of losing her money, and it's like she doesn't live up to what she's capable of. And I've been there, and sometimes you can be afraid of making it, but she done already made the damn hats. Just put it, like, if QVC wants you, go on there. That's the easiest thing. Karen went on QVC, so why can't she? So I just, this whole talk and all that, I know they wanted us to feel sorry for Robin, but I honestly did not feel sorry for Robin at all. I'm not feeling Robin or Gizelle at all. Yeah, definitely. So I understand that too. So let's move past them because they kind of, like I said, I'm not feeling them. Pool time. Let's talk about this pool time. I remember hearing about the rumor when season 1 came out. So please, somebody, I'm finna drop the link. I want to know, whoever wants to join me, tell me about this rumor. Tell me about this rumor. I'm dropping the link. So anybody that wants to join me before I move to the pool scene, tell me about this rumor of Robin being with the man, because that is why Juan had, like, if you look at Juan, sometimes he has like disgust for Robin at times. And I sometimes wonder why. And then it was I always assumed that he was cheating on her. No, I haven't even got to that, Shantae. There's a rumor that the guy that stole their money when they were doing the investment, that was their best friend, Robin was allegedly sleeping with him. Now, that's a rumor I heard on, when I was on Don't Tell Me, Tell the People last week. I did her Mimosa Monday. We talked about that. I can't remember if she said it or the lovely C said it, but one of them said it, and it is, yes. It is a mess, and it explains why Juan, it's just something blank about his interactions with her. I don't know if he's just there for the show or there because that's his children's mother, but I don't see a genuine love connection between Robin and her ex-husband. Yes, girl, it gets deep. It gets deep. And I wish there was more to it. I was watching, shout out to DJ Richie Sky. I was watching him earlier, and somebody brought that up to him, and he was like, well, we'll never know, because the guy is, of course, he committed suicide, so he's no longer with us. But that rumor is crazy. It's a lot of people out here talking about that rumor. So I want to know. Shantae said, I believe Juan has another family or something like that. I do too. Something is so off about him because he's so cold with her. And then when we talked about how it was said that they're not even living together, because that's the rumor too, they're not living together. He does look like he's just popping up at the house in the morning to make sure that she's gotten their children up for the morning. So there's no love in this situation. So I don't know. He either got another family, or he's either with Michael Darby in Vegas. He's chilling in Vegas all the time with Michael Darby. So tell me what y'all think about that. But going to the pool time. So the pool time was all right. It seemed like they were getting along then. Ashley arrives. And this year is Ashley extra shady this season. I usually like Ashley. And I know she's like kind of a junior bone collector. Gizelle is the bone collector. Ashley is the junior boat collector, but Ashley seems kind of, I don't know. I'm just not feeling her. And I know she's supposed to be feeling good with this placenta that she's eating, this encapsulated placenta. It don't look like he even slept in the bed either. He didn't, because as we mentioned last week, the other half of the bed was it was made up. So why, if he was living there, hey Keaton, why if he was living there, why can't he wake the damn kids up? Who knows? Who knows? Shantae, she is postpartum. Yeah, she actually is postpartum, and I know she can't swim and do all that, but I just, I don't know. Keaton, she dropped those kids and went back to her pit stern way. She's trying to hold on to her door. She is. Ashley, I'm not feeling her at all. And when she came, I don't know. And no offense, and I'll get to this a little later, but I do feel like it's a colorism thing. And I've dealt with it before, so maybe it's a trigger to me. But I do not like light-skinned women ganging up on a browner skinned woman and making it seem like that browner skinned woman is aggressive. So I'll talk about that a little later. Spot. Okay, I got you. Yes. But at the pool, Ashley arrived. Wendy didn't go swimming. Karen didn't go swimming because Karen is getting the key to her city or something like that. So I guess I didn't care about Karen swimming, and then these boots that Karen had on with this cover up, I wasn't feeling it. Avio, Ashley had a job to do. She ran around dropping mess all over that house, and then she rode out. She sure did. She definitely did. Oh wow, who did that? Exactly. But no, Ashley, I'm not feeling her. But the pool goes well. Ashley and Gizelle talk about Wendy. They bring up the avatar in that blog, the little lady, the little lady that we love to hate now, who has created a lot of drama. They talk about her and what was brought in her blog, and the little avatar did bring some bullshit. And excuse me, my daughter's crying. But yeah, they talk about the blog and how it is known that, it's alleged that Wendy's husband is cheating and has another child. And allegedly he's cheating with a white lady. I've heard something about a white lady at his job, and they have a child. Karen was old school showing out. She definitely was. But Gizelle and Ashley talk. Ashley mentions how Wendy was crying about upset about the situation, about Gizelle saying she had no substance, and how it hurt her, and Gizelle was like, that's her shit. The only thing that got me about that, last season Gizelle and Wendy were like this. I don't know if now I'm thinking Gizelle and Wendy were like this, it was all a scheme to gang up on Monique. And what I thought, hold on just for a second. What I thought about was how if Monique wasn't in the picture, Wendy would have had that target on her back last season. But because they were so mad at Monique, Wendy was on the back burner for Gizelle. That's all that was. Keaton, you said, so got the tea that it was sugar-free candy, was telling that story to the blogs about Eddie. What? Interesting. Too many details in this rumor. And that came from another tuber. Oh, interesting. So I'll have to hear about that. That's interesting. See, I thought Gizelle is the one that told the avatar about it. Hey, Shantae.
Hey, I got in here quick. I thought maybe there'd be a little more people in here.
No, it's not. It's not. But this is crazy. So, first of all, the Queen of Cheesecake said, you see how the avatar stopped talking about Potomac Housewives? Yes. So what are your thoughts before we get to the whole blow up at the end of the show? What are your thoughts on this whole rumor and what's going on? Because I see you said there's too many details to the rumor. So what do you think?
I'm just saying, because he's an African man, they want to say white woman, they want to say kids. He just had a baby. They want to say at his job, like that's the only place where he can cheat at. To me, it's just too made up. If it was so sloppy or whatever is going on, I think it would be way more leaks than this.
Exactly.
Not just this one straight story, white girl at my job. another baby, because you know she just had her baby. It's like they was pulling on her opposites or whatever you can say, something that would shame her.
And you
You
know
know what
that
I'm saying? And the only thing I want to speak on Wendy and Gizelle being friends. Hmm.
I was gonna say, you know that Avatar was known for making up stories.
Yes, I know. So sad. She's so sad. That's a sad lady right there.
Yes.
I'm just saying. So what I want to say about the Giselle and Wendy thing, I was telling my mom that I think Giselle is more beautiful in person, and that you kind of attract to her at first, and you want to be down with her because it seems like a little light, a little, fun, the fun girl group to hang out. Look at this beautiful Giselle. Let's go hang with her. She seemed like she the talk of the town, the getting it in. And I think that's what Wendy was attracted to, because maybe from all of them degrees being in college, she probably was the type of face that probably was the top of the sorority and all the little groups and stuff like that. So initially, she probably attracted to that because she thought she was on the winning team, and that's the way I look at it.
Yep, I agree, because for me, I used to like Gizelle, and I like Gizelle because a lot of times with a light-skinned woman of her caliber, because they have
Mhm.
money and everything, they usually do not identify as being black. So she graduated from an HBCU. She's
Mhm.
a black sorority, so it's like I'm
Mhm.
identifying with her because she's done things that I've done. So it's
Mhm.
like, oh, she is the bomb, and then when you
And that's
get
how you feel. See what I'm saying? You feel like they're like, ooh, all right, let me go hang with her.
Mhm.
Let me see what's going on. And then you get the scum on the earth, and then she start looking ugly. Because as pretty as she is, she started looking ugly. The
Yeah, and
bitter looks, the stares. I'm like, look at her.
do you think Gizelle is like that because she is bitter about her life and what happened with her and Jamal? Like, do you think she's always been like that, or it came because sometimes when you go through situations,
Yeah.
it makes you bitter?
I think she's always been like that. I think she was able to carry the baton from back in her days because she was light skinned and had green eyes, and they really never gave her consequences for being so nasty and dirty. So I think it just developed. Now, the Jamal thing probably was the ultimate embarrassment and an ultimate letdown, a disappointment in her life, to where it brought amongst more bitterness and evil and wickedness. But I think she's been developing that before, because she said she talked to an NFL player before, Jamal. So she's been in the game with cheaters.
Wow. And I'm laughing at Keaton. He said maybe the brain got scrambled when Jamal sent her to Sing Sing. And I just noticed his picture is her and Jamal. It's a mess. But I don't know. I like it. I'll talk about this in a few minutes, especially like all the stuff that Jamal has done. I think, I do think Giselle probably has been this way, but I think Jamal like heightened it and made her more insecure, because when you, I'm gonna talk some. I'm gonna be completely honest and transparent. In our
Okay.
community, light skinned people seem to think that they're the cream of the crop,
Yeah, yeah.
and that all of them look good.
Hmm.
And so she probably
Hmm.
had that attitude when Jamal
Hmm.
started
Very
all his
much so.
cheating and stuff. It
Very
brought her
much
down
so.
to pegs. And
Very much so.
yes, and so I think now she's insecure because of the Jamal situation. Like
Definitely.
it plays a lot. And then when you see somebody like Wendy, because to me Wendy is a very beautiful woman, a beautiful chocolate,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
she's
Real
happy with herself.
smooth. She's
Yeah,
smooth.
she's happy with
Hmm.
herself. Though I did not like Wendy last season because she was acting like a Karen to me,
Yeah.
but she was acting
Trying
like
to find herself.
the white Karen. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
trying to
trying to
find
find
herself.
herself.
And there's layers to people. We only got to see Wendy that one season, so we got to see the degree side. Now
Hmm.
I want to see the other side, the side
Hmm.
outside of being professional.
Exactly.
So,
I
and
want
I
to bring up something real quick about Giselle and Gamal. There's somebody that I watch. I want to say Erica De Niro. I watched. She made a good point, and it was about Martell and Melody. Even though we talk about Martell so bad, Melody and Martell was a team. They
yeah,
match up. So if Martell wasn't shit, neither was Melody when they was ganging up and going after other people's marriages either. But now that they separate, we try to, look at them different because we pour up Melody leaving a man that's cheating on her and all that. But if you look back at it, they kind of like came from the same place. They have the same type of wickedness when they're going after other people. And I think Jamal and Gizelle was like that too in that church. It
Yeah.
was all good when we was together
Yes, and actually, my
doing
best
dirty
friend.
stuff. You know, she.
Yeah, my best friend is from Baltimore, and even myself, I've lived in Maryland. I actually graduated from high school in Maryland, so my best friend went to Jamal's church, but it was his father was actually the original pastor, and then when Jamal became the
Right.
pastor, it, like he just got. I guess I've watched Jamal. He is a good speaker, and so he
Yeah,
just
he
took
is.
off though, and
Yeah,
he
he did.
been out there in Baltimore because, like
Yes,
Wendy
he
is right.
has.
I heard about Jamal way before Housewives of Potomac and all his dealings.
Hey, I went to see him speak one time, and he had on this white linen outfit, and the thing was swinging. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I was like 26. I'm looking in the pew like, oh my God, what are we gonna do about this? I'm going in the
See,
back.
see,
And he had the Gucci loafers on. He was
yep,
just really quick and a good speaker, so I could see. Well, of course, you know, any man that's empowered, it always bringing a certain attraction to it anyway. But I could see how he was doing his thing. And I think I want to say at the time when he spoke, he said the twins was one going on two or something like that. So you can do the math. But he had on this nice linen white outfit.
yep.
Okay.
And I like dark skinned men too. So
Oh, yes, indeed.
I
So
want
I
to read.
do understand, you know, Gizelle, yeah, she don't have a partner in crime no more, and she don't have that clout, that stance. So yeah, I
Yep,
believe it's a lot of embarrassment and a lot of like, and like one of the people I've seen watch a review of that old school, the type of man you have give you your claim to fame, shall I say, for
yep.
Gizelle.
Especially in our community, in the church community, at that. A lot of the first ladies, of course, ride the coattails of their
Mhm.
husbands. So
Oh yeah, so that's a big deal for her. So
yep.
I can see
But
what you're saying. They will bring her down.
yes, I want to read Keaton's comment. He said, "Knocked her so far down off that pedestal, she hasn't seemed to recover since." Yeah,
Right.
that was definitely a reality check. He
Mm.
also said, "The devil with the slick tongue will get y'all." I don't know, Jamal. He's a good, like I said, speaker. And I think I said this before on my last show. Like I want to just hear the word, and so sometimes I don't judge the messenger because I come from a
It's
family.
hard.
But he just lost me when he did that. He did that Instagram live. I was over him. Like, oh
Me
no.
too. It was such a turnoff. It was a complete turnoff. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how we was sitting there. I was waiting on him to speak. I'm like, who do you think he is? What's going on?
Mhm. What do you think about Gizelle talking about Wendy was a girl of substance last season, but now she has no substance because of what she's wearing?
Jealousy of happiness.
Yeah.
Pure
Yep.
happiness. Anybody that tweak their body, lose weight, do better for themselves, especially coming off of a pregnancy of your third child. Giselle, go have several seats. As a woman that had twins and a daughter, the three kids yourself early. And then you know what? Another thing that brought to my mind, I'm 43 and Giselle is like 50 something.
Mhm.
Wendy is only 37. What would possess you to even get in the line with her? I cannot even see myself going back and forth with anybody that's 10 years younger than me. Are you kidding me? Whatever them little girls got to say, I do not care. And I
Ex-
definitely want to sit down to embarrass her.
Exactly. And I think she's even more mad that Wendy is siding with Karen. It's
Yeah.
so she's mad at that too. I do want to read some of these comments. Queen of Cheesecake said with the upside down binder. Yes, he did have that binder upside down. And Keaton said, Beyonce said, before you become someone's wife, make sure you have your own life. What is Giselle's identity? She don't have
She
one.
don't have one. And that's another
Pretty.
thing that's jealousy.
Yep.
Wendy has the 4 degrees. She has 3 jobs. Giselle is only the bone carrier on Real House of Potomac. Where are we going with that after it's canceled or after they get a new crew like they did. It was Becky and them over there.
Thank you.
What next? What else is she holding on to? Wendy still.
Exactly. I was gonna say this when with their lunch, when they had the lunch or whatever, and they started to really confront Wendy. Then I didn't like how Ashley inserted herself into what was going on, and didn't wasn't even there at the dinner. But yet she had so much commentary on how Wendy should have interpreted what Gizelle was trying to say, and I didn't think that was right. Another thing I wanted to point out about that lunch is Wendy and Karen's moment, which I thought was kind of hilarious. Even as much as I love Karen, it I don't know how real
it was a little theatrical. It was theatrical. I mean, because they both were trying to give it to her. Like, look what you did. You know, look how you came across. They was trying to give it to her, and it was theatrical. And yes, Wendy was hurt about it because she do still feel a little subconscious about doing that because she is a professional. So it might take her a little bit on TV to get acquainted and really, you know, owning what she did. But she's happy about it.
Exactly. And hello, Candace Lane. I love your name. So, but no, Wendy, when they were trying to say she was acting like she was on CNN or whatever, I feel like she was trying to be careful with her words and respectful because they were. If she got loud, they would have said she was too aggressive. If she, I just feel like she couldn't win for losing. They all wanted to tell her how she felt instead of actually listening to how she felt.
Exactly. So. She said she was hurt about it. She looked at you as an older sister. And there you go in front of everybody talking about she lacks substance.
Mm-hmm.
And that was mean.
That was very mean and very like fake. Because I would have been like, so all this time when you was my friend, you was just being fake with me. Because one, why didn't you pull me to the side to say this? Why do you want to humiliate me in front of everybody else? And two, if we're friends and we talk every day, you should know how I feel. Like I just had a baby. I'm on this show. Like I'm sure they talked offline about stuff, but I'm just not understanding why Gizelle is acting like Wendy is somebody new on the show that she don't know.
Exactly. Very miserable.
Yes.
Very miserable.
And now I want to talk about Mia. Now I did like Mia, but she was flip-flopping on this episode, and I was not feeling her. I'll say this. I'm the type of person I do go along to get along, but the only disclaimer to that, if I feel like somebody is wrong, I'm going to call you out. Like
no problem with that. You should.
Yeah, I don't got to get along that bad. If you wrong, you're wrong. So,
I think. Mia, okay, go ahead. Now, I just think Mia is a little bit of a compulsive liar. Something about her past, what she's been through. You know, not to be funny to anybody that came out of the homes, but a lot of them be compulsive liars. I had little friends growing up, and when they home wasn't steady, they liked to lie to cover up to make it look better, which I understand now that I look back as a kid. But a lot of them was a lot of little liars. And I don't think she grew up out of that being that little liar. She don't know how to present herself to these people. Yeah. She want to be open, but then she want to change it.
Yeah, and then she gonna tell Wendy that she talked about Wendy's outfit, saying that, oh, Victoria's Secret makes outfits too, but you don't see people wearing them. And so yes, Wendy was like, exactly. Wendy was like, I don't judge you for your past, which I understand what Wendy was trying to say. And that's when Mia goes into, I never said I was a stripper. And then what's funny about Bravo, they cut she said she was a stripper. Oh, that was hilarious. Like, I love the fact that they keep track of everything. But
yes, me too. I love it.
Yes, I didn't like Mia in that sense. Now, I do like Mia's backstory. I like the fact that she's so open about where she comes from. But she got to understand, with this being TV, they're going to catch everything. So don't lie. Just just be real. Exactly. Keep talking about okay, steak and lobster. That's another thing. She keeps saying, I worked in an establishment where they serve steak and lobster.
Well, like, they have chicken wings on the menu.
Exactly. I've been to strip clubs. I've been to strip clubs that serve steak and lobster. So it's like
they had chicken wings on the menu and potato and french fries. So what they mean?
Exactly. So Miss Mia, I don't know if I'm feeling her. I was like done. I'm reading my notes. I had taken notes on this. So I did want to talk about going to the whiskey party because that's where it all was set off. One, I want to know why Robin was drinking it as crazy as she
I
was
like the
drinking.
whiskey party.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said I liked the whiskey party.
I did
I
too.
said I liked the whiskey party.
Yeah, I did too. I love
It
the
was
whiskey
time to
party.
get loose and do something else.
Yes, but I just wish
Hmm
Robin would have allowed them to taste all the whiskeys before she went in.
Me
Taking
too. Me too. Because I wanted to know about it myself. I wanted to get in and see what it was about. I want to learn a
yes.
little bit.
So I think because I take a lot of girls trip, I think girls trips. I'm getting tipsy now from my mimosa. I think I think on my next girls trip we're gonna have to do a whiskey tasting or something like that.
Yes, yes. Very interesting.
Yes.
Very
Oh,
interesting.
I did want to mention for me, Candace was an honorable mention for her reads during her confessional because she said
Oh,
she
yes.
said if this was about fashion, Gizelle would have been sentenced to life underneath the prison.
Yes.
I laughed as much as I hated Candace last season. She because she's staying below the radar. She's
Mm.
hilarious. I do
Yes, she
wish she would
is.
say some of this on the show. That,
Mm-hmm.
that would be even funny if she said it to their face. But
Yes.
I can't wait for the reunion because they would have seen all her confessionals where she was going in on them.
That's what they get.
Yes. So wait, Keaton said he loves Tesla. Who's Tesla or Tesla? I don't know who that is.
Is
She,
that
she,
the Indian girl?
that's a scholar. I be
Oh,
calling her Scotta.
okay. She's
But
playing
who
her
is?
role pretty good.
Yeah, well, she acts like she doesn't know what's going on though.
Mm.
Well, I did like the fact that she said dinner was like crazy because
Hmm
that gave Candace another perspective to know that that's what we've been a scholar.
I have a quick question though. Why don't
Yeah,
nobody check Robin when she jump in? Why
I
don't
don't know,
nobody shuts her down?
and I be feeling like she is coming for the people like they are Batman and Robin, and I want to say this
Yes,
is not it, ma'am.
yes.
I would have. Oh my goodness! First of all, and I don't like talking about women and their looks, but I'm about to talk about Robin. I cannot. I can't stand them braids. They're so
Oh,
ugly to me.
she
Like,
can't stand them either.
and she started off on the show as a gorgeous woman,
Yes, yes. She
but
still is.
I do
It's
not
just some
know what
things is going on. Yes, she's letting Gizelle take over.
happened. Yeah,
Yes, I hate them braids. They too thick. It's just a mess. And I wear braids all the time. She is a mess, and I don't think she likes them either because she keep keeping them balled up. So I don't think she likes them.
with a scrunchie.
Mm.
I can't get over it. And Keaton said, going back to the scholar, he said we have many names for her. He calls her enchilada, Alka-Seltzer. We call her Escada. I do like the Escada perfume, but it's Escala. She said,
Okay, so
Candy's
quick
not.
question. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I don't want to take over. Quick question about Robin. I
Hmm.
want to know why does she keep allowing her Giselle to say that her husband don't call her don't see her as attractive. What one said is the lack of whatever she's doing and being in the bed and all that it's not attractive. He never said that she's not attractive, but Giselle keeps saying it, and that's grossing me out because Robin comes to bat for you every time.
I think Robin, I don't know. Either they're having a threesome or
Mm,
it's,
exactly.
it's something. I don't know. Because Giselle's always like, your fine husband, your fine husband.
Hmm
Like, girl,
But then
calm
he'll what this your turn on say, but he don't think you attractive.
down. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not. I don't. I hate Giselle in the whole Robin talk because Robin is a pushover. I don't know
Hmm
if she latches on to Giselle because she wants to stay on the show, but the math is not mathing. So
Mm-mm.
she's on Giselle's dick because
For
she,
sure.
she wants to stay on the show, or she really just has no backbone. But I think it's the first thing. She wants to stay
Mm.
on the show. And it's like she allows, and they still naming names for a scholar. Ascar, El Camino, Aardvark, Alabaster, all those names. But no, I do not like Robin at all.
Mm,
And then when she got her little liquor with her little
mm.
snake leg that she was trying to do, if I was Wendy, I would have went all the way in on Robin. And I know Robin would have just
Yeah.
guilty by association. That's why I would have went over
Yeah,
her.
she would have shut up. I would have squared my shoulders up with Robin and shut
Yes.
her up. Then I would have turned back to Gizelle because Robin really, I never paid her too much of mind from the last season. I was too much caught up in Monique and all of that. But Robin really be jumping in.
Oh yes. You would think, and they said it's on the other show that I was on last week. You would think her and Gizelle is like just really spending a lot of time together. They got their room together. So maybe that's her woman or something. I'm allegedly, I'm just,
Something.
I'm wondering why. Candace said
Something.
Robin don't care how she looks this season. She sure don't, because them berets gotta go.
And that's what one of the viewers said, that Gizelle and Robin never gets it in and goes to the top. And you see Wendy, she's bringing it. She's bringing her style. She's bringing her own little fashion. She's bringing it. And Gizelle them is sitting there like, oh, I'm light skinned with green eyes. Look at me. No, it's look at Wendy with the 4 degrees. It's look at Wendy with the successful career. It's look at Wendy with 3 kids in a successful marriage.
Exactly. And she's a brown woman that's doing it.
Hello,
You don't have
hello,
to be light skinned to do that.
hello, and y'all just sitting there in the duck in the corner, like, look at me, this beautiful face. She says it so many times. I'm like, Gizelle, be quiet.
Exactly. Keaton said Robin looks like she has tapped out and she wants Juan to tap in. He said their Scissor Sisters is the vibe I'm getting. Yeah, they do seem like it. Abiel said Robin was out there in a bath, man, with sleeves, patting her nether regions like a nice person going bad for Gizelle. Yes, I didn't like that because she was like, "Oh, you want me to go?" I can't even do it. She was like, "You want me to go F myself?" So yeah.
Oh my, yeah, she did say it. She was tough.
Yes, and I really said, Robin, if you feeling froggy, leave because I'm ready.
Please,
I am ready.
please.
Because
She put Gizelle on notice. She need to put
that would
Robin
have
on
been the
notice.
last episode that I was on because because they were. This is the thing. It's so funny to me that they want to talk about Wendy's marriage, and we know that Jamal cheated for sure. We know that Michael cheated for sure because I know what's her name? What's the little girl's name? Ashley. She went to her saying, "Oh, maybe we'll have something in common, and we'll be closer." But the thing is, their husbands are. It was documented and known that there were
receipts.
Exactly. This stuff with Wendy seems like it was completely made up because of how she went so hard at Monique. And I really feel like that Avatar made this up because of that. Because the Avatar is friends with Monique. So, so I just
the Avatar is shady.
Very, very shady. And so it's like, why would I hate that this show is even mentioning her. I hate that they've mentioned this rumor several times on the show. Gizelle can't say that, oh, I wasn't trying to be messy. I wasn't trying to do this. She never went to Wendy herself. I don't understand why Ashley had to go to her because Wendy and Gizelle were close. They're line sisters. So it was no reason why Gizelle would not be able to approach Wendy about what's going on if she truly cared about the situation. So
no, it's the envious that's stopping Gizelle from talking to Wendy right now. She's feeling it. She's feeling her happiness. She's feeling it. And them people like that hate it. So that's why she don't want to talk to Wendy. She don't want to look at Wendy and her titties out. She don't want to see all her happiness. So she want to spread rumors and make it bigger and more dirtier than it have to be, instead of just nipping it in the bud and going straight to your so-called friend and just say, hey, you seen those rumors in the blogs? And she could have just said yes or no, or it ain't true, and kept it moving. But Gizelle is something else. She remind me of she like the 65, 70-year-old from back in the day before she even 65 and 70. the one that used to sit on the porch and spit snuff and talk about everybody in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she was a damn avatar the way she's going around acting like this, doing all just being so messy.
Exactly.
Probably on the team. But
Exactly.
and Keaton gonna say I'm so over doorknob
Exactly.
and broomstick this season. I am too. The only thing about Wendy though, I am gonna say this. Wendy said that her husband looked like Idris Elba. I was like,
I got embarrassed. I didn't hear it at first. So I rewinded it and I'm like, oh, I'm embarrassed. I didn't know. Oh, man. Idris, well, I guess to her.
yeah, I was like, where? Like her husband is very attractive, but he does not
Yes,
look
he
like
is. He's yeah. Yeah, he is a handsome guy, but I guess he just wanted to make a point because Gizelle was attracted to Idris because Gizelle is something else. Lord
Yeah.
help Gizelle because she has 3 daughters and payback is a mug.
Yes, and let's get to this dragging that Wendy did. Wendy was upset. Did you see? She had left, put on her lipstick, came back, and was ready to get them. Like she was ready to drag. Wendy should have stopped right before that comment. Yeah, she should. But when she said, or let me read Keith, he said, I gave her the side eye. She should have said, at least she has a husband to go home to. Exactly. Robin reminds me of some character from Pokemon. I didn't even watch Pokemon. She seemed like she would be like a character on there. But Wendy, when she said, since we're gonna all throw it out there, like put it out there. When she said that she knew Jamal prior to the show and he's known for being with everybody around Baltimore, I believed her.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing that Wendy had her back. I thought about it. I said, yeah, Wendy, that's not her first time in Baltimore. She's been here in the rumors just as well. And she didn't come on the show talking about what she done heard about Jamal. And Jamal was supposed to be part of her storyline last season. And Wendy didn't mention none of that.
Yep.
So how dare you do that to me and my brand new, she got a brand new family. Your stuff is 15, 16 deep of rumors.
Exactly. And I just feel like with Wendy, and I'll talk about it now, when she got this whole plastic surgery and everything, and I might have mentioned it earlier, I'm a little tipsy, but I feel like the plastic surgery happened because one, when she came on this show, she was postpartum from having a baby.
Definitely.
She also had to deal with, when you come on these reality shows, especially say like Atlanta, Beverly Hills, you're dealing with women that have had work and they have a certain look to themselves. So why, like, and I explained this to my aunt earlier. Like, if I was to go on the Housewives of Atlanta, because that's technically where I live in Atlanta, I would not want to go on looking the way that I look. Not to say that I'm just so happy, but you're competing with women
that are polished.
What'd you say?
They are polished.
Yes, they're polished. They have it together. They're snatched. I wouldn't get nothing added to my booty, but I would definitely get my waist snatched. And it's like I understand where Wendy is coming from, especially after you have a baby. You know, it's like the feel you want to have that snap back and get back to yourself and feel good and happy about yourself. And it's like, why not add some boobs? If I'm missing a little boobs, let me add some more. So I get it. I understand what. I understand what. Yes, I understand
it's nothing new. They all did it. Even Gizelle, her face was different after a couple of seasons.
Thank you. Karen has had plastic surgery on several places. I think all of them have, but they just.
She can't take the happiness. It's just it's not about the surgery. It's about the happiness. It's about I'm not the new girl no more. I can stand up. I can talk. I didn't got past being a professional 4-degree doctor. I'm still Wendy and I'm still coming through with different layers. Gizelle can't stand it.
Yes. So and Gizelle definitely can't stand it because it's a younger woman who is degreed. She has her candle business now.
Hey.
That bothered her, but she has her business. She has a lot going for her. She has a husband. She has kids. She has somebody that loves her at home, and Gizelle don't have that. And Gizelle, I think, likes dark skinned men too. So I do.
You know,
what'd you say?
you know, you can have a husband that loves you even though he's cheating. And Jamal wasn't doing that. He wasn't loving her and cheating. He was loving and loving and loving and loving. I
Yes.
told you I was at that thing and I seen it. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Candace Lane, I didn't even see Wendy's face when she was dragging Gizzard neck. Jizzy, Grizzly. I'll be seeing people call her Grizzly. I didn't even watch for Karen's face because I was so happy that somebody was dragging Gizelle for the first time. It seems like
Me too.
Oh goodness.
I was excited.
Yes, it's been a long time.
I was so excited. I
Yes.
love how Wendy pulled up in the couch, how she set up. I love how she addressed her with both her hands and you. I loved it. It was time. I just wish you would have got Robin a little bit more because Robin was showing out in that corner.
I do too, but it was almost like Wendy was like, Robin is irrelevant. Like, Stephanie, like, ma'am, like Wendy could hurt Robin with a read. Robin was drunk. So that was just hilarious to me. Abiel said, I felt like they were gaslighting Wendy that entire episode, and Wendy got fed up and fought back. She sure did. The whole episode they did gaslight her. Actually, it seemed like this whole trip because she's better than me. I would have left. I know they get a check, but I would have left. I would have cussed everybody out and been like, this is my last episode on the show. And that would have been it.
Absolutely.
Yes, Candace said I watched it about 4 times.
It was good.
Yes,
I wanted it too. It was really good.
It was very good. It was way more than what I expected. I didn't know Wendy was gonna go off like that.
Me either. I'm so happy. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. You see, she looked like a deer in the headlights. I'm like, Gizelle, say something. Talk your talk.
Yeah. Oh, Gizelle didn't have nothing to say. That she didn't have nobody writing a script to say. Sometimes I feel like they get their reads from a script.
Yeah.
Wendy was mad.
That.
Yes. Paula Henderson said, do you think that Wendy was naive enough to think that she was exempt from Gizelle's antics because they were sorority sisters? I think she was really hurt. Yeah, I think so too. I think Wendy didn't realize what she signed up for. That's what it feels like to me. I don't think Wendy necessarily watches the show prior to coming on. And so when she came on, Gizelle was so quick to be friends with her and I always say that, like, Gizelle usually like hazes the new person. So I was shocked that she connected so much with Wendy. And in my mind, I thought, oh, she's only doing that because they met at
Karen. Monique, yeah.
Yeah, when Monique is gone, Gizelle is not gonna like Wendy because Wendy is young. She has a husband. She has money. She has degrees. Everything Gizelle don't have.
Exactly, and she's happy about it.
Exactly. So
I'm telling you, even if your man cheating, a lot of women still be happy because they man come home. Not saying it's right, but they don't know until they know.
Yeah,
she can't even take that part that she's happy about it.
Yep, Wendy did Molly everybody on the show. She sure did. Wendy, I love this episode as much as I did not like Wendy. I have a new respect for her. I just going to the colorism thing. Like I said, I don't like people going after a brown skin lady because we are all women of color, and we all have. If you're not as light as they are, if you don't pass that brown paper bag test, you get treated like you're just aggressive, and you get treated the same.
Yeah.
So I stand behind Wendy. Where Wendy went wrong was the surgery part. You think so? I don't see.
No.
She said the surgery party. Do I think the surgery party was wrong? I don't know. I think the surgery party was for the show. That was the storyline. So I don't know if she went wrong with it because it was kind of needed for the show to introduce all this other bull that was happening. Like the surgery party did create the drama. So yeah, if we didn't want drama, then yeah, the surgery party should not have been there. But I think that was needed for the show.
You set it off.
Yeah, it sure did. It was like when she did that the silhouette challenge, they were like, what is this?
So a quick question. But I wonder why Wendy was blindsided by the Monique thing so much. I didn't understand why she took that stance. I know it's old and back season, but for her to just join forces and take such a strong stance against Monique, it's a little iffy because now she's saying, turn these cameras off, I'm gonna kick your you know what. Same
Yeah,
thing.
I think it was to have basically to be a part of the show. When she went against Monique, it basically solidified her spot on the show with Gizelle and the rest of them. So I think that was
Okay.
why she did it.
Okay.
She,
Because right now they talking about her husband and she's ready to shut the cameras down and put
exactly.
people on notice. So I was just wondering, how did you take such a big stand against Monique when they were doing the same thing? And now you ready to shut the whole whiskey tasting down.
Yes, she sure is ready to shut it down. But I really think she was doing everything in her power to stay on the show. And then she saw Gizelle as her line sisters. And that's a stronger, or not line sister, sorority sister. That's a stronger bond than even being on the show. So I'm
Mhm.
sure she felt like, oh I got my sister here. We this is gonna be good. She trusted. I felt like she trusted that bond versus really looking at
Okay.
what was going on the show.
Mm.
Uh, Queen of Cheesecake said nobody told Wendy to give her kids them cupcakes. I know that was so
It
weird. That was
was.
yeah,
They
and
were so innocent.
yes, and black folks, not Africans, but black folks, we would have did that.
No, not at all. They already, little boys already managing nasty by themselves.
Yes, yes. Well, I'm gonna end this in about
Okay.
8 minutes. So,
Okay.
what are your final thoughts on the show? Oh, I didn't know you was gonna leave that soon, Shantae. I wanted to hear your final thoughts on the show. I wanted to hear your final thoughts, Shantae. But this is fine. You can put them in the comments. But my final thoughts on the show. This was a very good episode. I hope. No, don't worry, Shantae. I hope it gets better. I really hope that Wendy still continues to tell them off and stand her ground. Wendy is beautiful. She's dressing good. She has the fashions, unlike some of these other people. You hit the button too fast. No worries. But I hope Wendy goes off. I'm not feeling Ashley, Gizelle, Robin, those three. I'm not feeling it. Mia's running close. Like, for some reason, the light-skinned women are standing together, and I don't know what that's about. But I can't wait to see what comes. It seems like a lot of drama. I'll be here to do a review on it. It's going to be even more details. I have my little notes this time. I'm going to take more notes. But I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe to the Candy Shop. Again, I am Candace. Wendy needs to mollywop people more often. She sure does. Saw Wendy rocking her Ivy Park. Okay, Beyonce. I'm a part of that beehive. But make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Oh, yes. That episode was so good. Yes. See you all next time. Bye, you guys. But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time. The Candy